Guys. It's finally here! Yeah! Whoa! Yes! Anyway. Yeah. So, another week, another mobile suit. Well, I mean, not so much the suit, but, Zeta plus C1 joins the fight. And the reason why I'm so excited is the support. It's a support at 600, 650. Yes! It transforms. It flies. It shoots blue beams. It's amazing. So, it's got that big smart gun thing or whatever. It didn't really do anything too much with the gimmick. It's got the laser, which is cool. Got the little hip lasers. By the way, it staggers on its normal shot. And, oh yeah, and it kind of heavy staggers when you charge it up. So, that gun's kind of insane. Now, my question is does it somehow have an ASL while being like a charging shooting thing? Maybe. I don't know. I don't have one, sadly. Rip all of my tokens. I got this helmet, though. But yeah. So, the, yeah, wait, that's a C1 suit. Or Federation C01, okay. So, it looks really cool. Oh yeah, and you don't have to stand still to charge that beam rifle. It's a stagger instant shot or heavy stagger that you don't have to stand still. So it's like a Hyzak or a Super Gundam that you don't have to stand still with, which is insane. That is crazy. The damage is good. The hip beams, I don't know what their stagger ratio is, but you can fire more than the A1. Also, when you transform, its heat rate is half of what the A1 is, so you should get around 8 to 10 shots. That is amazing. It's really good. I like it. I want it. Pretty cool. It transforms and flies. And it's a support. It's finally here. We finally got one. Can it compete with the MLRS, though, is the big question. I think it can in some capacity. Now, once we get into the buffs and nerfs, there's some buffs and nerfs for, like, say, the Qubeley. That will kind of maybe bring that up a little bit. But the MLRS is definitely going to be a Qubeley destroyer. And will we even see Qubeleys too much after this? I think we will, because Qubeley still has crazy damage, but it definitely isn't as tanky as it used to be. So, let's go ahead and get to the rest of it, though. If you're a support player and you don't have an MLRS, this is probably the best 600 and 650. And it, like I said, probably could compete with the MLRS. Having that ability to stagger it with its consecutive shots in the transform mode, having it to stagger a hard stagger that can break shield, or even something like the Dovenwolf. Like, you're going to decimate the Dovenwolf in this thing. It's going to be gross. It's going to be absolutely disgusting to play this against the Dovenwolf at both 600 and 650. So, will we see this kind of overtake or compete with the MLRS? Possible. I think it's a good chance. Anyway, moving on. We have the Slave Wraith, level 3. And knowing that there's buffs and nerfs in this, sadly, the Slave Wraith is not mentioned at all. And I am annoyed. Kind of mad a little bit, actually, because this thing needs... If they're going to add a new one, the other ones need buffs already. Like, I'm sorry, if you're a Slave Wraith fan, if that's your suit, cool. That's what does it for you? Nice. I mean, again, like I said before, people hate on the Dawn Barrage, and that's probably my best suit, win rate-wise. Or the Zaku Cannon might be. But either way, the Slave Wraith sucks. It's bad. Like, even as a support player, I shouldn't have like 100 health and completely decimate a Slave Wraith, because it can't do hardly anything to me. Now, this was a while back when I played against it in like the ranked mode that they did. Yes, there was actually ranked. I really hope they finally bring another ranked event back. They've been doing the clan rank stuff, which is cool, I guess, but I really want just a solid individual ranking thing. Now, we do have the Gundam Heavy, Gun Cannon Heavy Type D, level 3. Its previous levels are amazing. At 500, I could see it doing pretty well at the same time. If you're a support player, it's going to be competing, though, against its full armor Gundam Ground, which I still think is probably going to be the better of the two. But this does have its shield, and it has shield tackle. So you could probably get in there and do some extra work with it, with the tackle combo added in. But it's another one that's good for support players that want to play general suits. The Pixie also kind of sucks, sadly. And they gave us a 600 version. Cool, I guess. I mean, that's about all I got. I mean, if you're going to play anything at 600, you're probably going to play the Hammurabi or even the Night Seeker V. Now, they did buff the Gundam Pixie, and we'll go over that here in a bit. Moving on, though. The big new thing in this new mode, series battles. Now, there is a lot here that they cover in series battles, but it's pretty simple. But it's probably easier to show how it works as far as when you're picking things. So, what we're going to do is we're going to swap over to the game itself and kind of show it off. Right here at the sortie counter. Go ahead and change this over. So, we have, right now in Quick Match is where it's going to show up. Series Battle. Right now it's 8th MS Team, 350 Basic Ground. So that means, and that's how it's going to show up. Now you can make custom games with this, and the rest will make sense once we actually go into the other menu and kind of show it off. But the mobile suits here, so at 350, 8th MS Team, so I can't section off the cost, but to show what you have access to, the Akai, GM Ground Type, GOG, Goof Custom, Gundam Easy 8. By the way, 8th MS Team is my favorite Gundam series. I think it's the best. Thunderbolt's probably my second, by the way. But anyway. Gundam Weapons Rack, Gun Tank Mass Production, Zaku Tank, Akai. I think I already said Akai. Whoops. Oh wait, now we're at 300. So that's all I have that could fit in this. And that's it. So at 350, you're probably going to see... Now there might be another one, but what is that? 1, 7, 8 suits? Literally 8 different suits. So you're going to see a lot of Gundam Easy 8s and the GM Ground Type. And then you'll probably see a weapons rack or gun tank. Maybe. Zaku Tank. Most people that are going to be playing this for Raid, even though I'd probably play GOG or Akai, probably going for the flavor of the Goof Custom because it's so iconic from the series. But yeah, that's what this is for. Is to kind of have fun, play the suit from the series, and just chill and do a quick match. So say it was, next time it had 3... Oh, actually, there would be the Gundam Ground Type, which I don't have 350 of, but yeah. And I guess there's the Zaku 1 Commander. You can go in Quick Match 100 cost below. So at 350, you could go all the way down to 250. So I guess there's the Zaku 2. The GM Sniper would be something that would show up. Yeah, I don't have a lot of the random suits. But yeah, those are kind of nice to have now if you have some different suits that are not commonly played. The other stuff we have is the 1 Year War. So I'm just kind of going to scroll through these and not go through all of them. The point of going through all of them in that one is to show kind of how limiting some of the lower costs can be. Actually, here's a good one. Delaz Conflict. If I go all the way down to 350 in this one, I think the F2, there we go, there's the F2. And there might be one more, but literally, if you're on ground, there is all generals at 350. I don't think there's a single support or raid, and it would be literally an all general game. So I think that's cool. Having all one type, I think that's kind of cool to see. Again, the only way that's going to happen is if it's just generals, because of course there's a general everywhere. But yeah, having an all general game, Power GM, Dom Tropin, Rick Dom 2, Zaku 2, F2, and the GM Kai would be really cool just to see how that plays out. I would definitely be either the Rick Dom 2 or the Dom Tropin. If I could aim better, I'd definitely do the Zaku 2 F2. But yeah, depending on the cost, That's what you do. And I think it's kind of interesting. Now, people have been talking about how it limits people, and I am kind of afraid that that might be the case, that it could limit like what people want to play. And there's a lot of people who get home from work and just want to play their quick matches and get their dailies done at a decent cost and play their suits that they like because they still want to win. And that could be the big problem here is quick match and rated wins give you more DP and stuff for your daily bonuses of your 5 times, etc. So this could be a bad thing, and limiting kind of what people can play for the quick match, and where quick matches people's kind of escape from the rated, salt and sweat. That's kind of a problem. It's cool, but again, I feel like we might be creating a slight problem here. Will people quit over this? I don't know, but there's always going to be one series battle at these specific times. So that's the thing. I don't know if this is actually translated to the time zone I'm in, which is Eastern, but here is the times that they have. I mean, we'd have to check. I'm guessing this is it because there's one right now. And it should end. Oh, actually, wait, no. There's going to be one every time, I think, for the first 24 hours, they said. Maybe. But that's going to be the following times is when they're held. So, midnight, 6 a.m., noon, 4 p.m., and 8 p.m. So, if that's Eastern, cool. I mean, we'll figure that out pretty quick. Just check see if it's in a different time zone than mine if you're in a different time zone. If it's literally saying the same thing, then it might be going off of JP time, or does it say right here? Only on 6 through will be available at any time. Okay, cool. That's what it, okay, that's for today though. Then we have custom match room stuff. So here's the big deal. If you want to search for a specific one, you toggle the search option that you can search for. So if you make a game and people can't find it, that was a problem we had tonight. I had Delaw's Conflict, because nobody had Delaw's Conflict selected, they couldn't find my room. So if you host a game, people have to search. They need to add an option to where somebody could put any of the time frame ones and actually have a way to show that it's part of that. Now, I don't know if there is a way to show it yet, or they're planning to, but they definitely need to implement that, because there's probably a lot of games up right now that people are not finding. Next, we have creating a room, same thing. So here we go. There's the examples. So we got the 1 Year War, 8th MS Team, War in the Pocket, Rise from the Ashes, which is kind of funny with what's in some of these, and the Delaw's Conflict. So far, like the A1 and the C1, they're not in it. Zeta stuff isn't in it, and double Zeta stuff is not in it. So I'm guessing once we get more fleshed out, enough suits from each of those series to where they feel like there's enough diversity at all costs that they could show it up. Because of course, with Zeta and stuff, that's definitely higher cost. I'm kind of curious what they're going to do at that point, and will they only show up at those higher costs? I mean, the answer is yes, otherwise it wouldn't work. But I'm curious to know how many times certain things like that will be in the rotation. I feel like with what they've got here, there's going to be a lot of diversity. If you really like this kind of thing, there's going to be a lot for you to do before it gets really old. But at some point it will, and we'll see what they do in the future to change that. Let's see, what else we got here? The invitation. Oh, and you can look through your suits like I just showed to actually see which suits are highlighted and which ones you can play during those sections. Now let's go ahead and we'll do the adjustments and stuff last. So you can see the information about the premium stuff. Where's it at? Wait, oh, okay, cool. What is this? The number of missions to earn platinum medal and the reward of premium login bonus when you log in. Oh, well. Okay, so it's just telling you how much more you need before you can get it. Cool. We know the C1, cool stuff. Now, speaking of premium login bonus, here's what we're getting. And I don't think I already opened a tab for it. Negative. Okay. We are getting the... Oh, wait. It had a picture of the Zeong. Did I just get baited? Did I really get baited with the picture of the Zeong? Okay. Wait, no, this is the current one. Isn't it? Yeah, this is the current one. Awkward. I wonder if it's been updated on the Japanese side of things. Let me go check that real quick. There's been a couple of things here that is updated more than what we've got. So we'll continue going though while that's loading up. In the ticket shop, the Rick Diaz. Really good suit. Lots of fun to play. Really fun shooty suit. Definitely can recommend. It's a great 500 cost. If you like something a little more shooty than, you know, say the melee equivalent, which I would say is the Mark II, this is your suit. I know a lot of people that love playing this. Also, the clay bazooka shrapnel is in, and that's my favorite way to play. Give me the shrapnel bazooka, and I will tear through people with this thing. It is a ton of fun to play, for sure. Put all those range modifiers on. Now, in the DP store, this is pretty big. The Tetra, which is such a fun suit to play, level 1, is in. Definitely cool. I don't know what the rank requirement is. I could probably look that up real quick. Let's see, Tetra 550. Oh yeah, I'm on 1 year worth. That's funny. Actually, I could just go to the Lost Conflict on that one. And survey says, Ensign 1. That kind of sucks, but probably could assume that. I don't know what the cost is, so if I had to guess with what they're doing, we're looking at like 200,000, something like that. Which, again, also kind of sucks for newer players. But, I mean, by the time you get to Ensign, you can kind of have that ready. They really need to do a crunch on that. It kills me every time I have to say that. But, yeah, they really need to. Go VD, level 3. At that point, I think it kind of falls off. But, hey, these are stuff in the DP store. So, there you go. Have fun. And the GM White Dingo. Plus, it's level 2 and 3 guns, which I will definitely be buying when I get a chance. I want to summon Exodia and just obliterate a raid in one shot. That is amazing. It's got a nice big charge and then boom! So, pretty cool. That charge shot is OP. Here is some of the bugs. Let's go ahead and take a look at the clan stuff too. Here's some of the bugs and fixes that they've done. I didn't see anything too crazy or too game-breaking, but they did fix the SER Dija overboost thing where the skills were conflicting or whatever. And that seemed to be the only big thing. There was a couple of Zusa things that were kind of being awkward, but nothing too bad. If you see anything there, let me know in the comments what you see that's really game-breaking or anything like that. Coming up on Monday at 4 a.m. Pacific, we are having the 450 5v5 ace match. This is the first time that the clan ranked in the past few weeks hasn't called the suit costs. So I'm curious if this is just because it was on Monday, or like what's really going to be telling is what we get next week and then after that. But the cost was calling it. We got the 350. And that was, yeah, so I don't know what was with that, but, I mean, I'm glad to have the transforming flying support, yes please. Next week has to be a raid, though. I don't know what, but I'm guessing 600 raid is going to be my guess. So, yeah, we'll definitely have some speculation tomorrow on the podcast, or I guess today, technically, with what time it is. Let's go ahead and check this real quick. It should be under this. We go down, come on, load, and the new, whoops, I went too far. Oh, here we go, here it is. The new stuff looks like that because every time it's the picture, so the Zeong should be the first week. There we go. Oh, dude, so that's nice. The FB, the best space suit at that cost. Well, barring skill. There it is. Level 1. And that says Zeong level 2. Wait, is this our first level 2 suit? This is our first level 2 suit in here. The Zeong level 2 pay to win suit. There it is. And the good fly type. I had a rant on stream today about it. Kind of a bummer that they kind of killed that suit for the most part. But there it is, level 1. You get it in the second quarter there, and then in the third, you got the GBO2 which is again pretty much the best space general that exists. It is pretty much the best space suit that exists right now, all the way up, I would say. Yeah, I don't think there's anything actually better than it as far as 1v1s or even team comps is concerned. It is an amazing suit. So there you go. And if you play enough, which I might not even get this month's suit, whoops, I've been slacking a little bit. But if you play enough, you can get it for free. Maybe need to spend some tokens too, is what it seems. I haven't confirmed that or not, but I've been able to get it without putting a dime in every month. So there you go. There is that. Now, finally, patch notes. So might have to include a timestamp to get here because this one's a long one. It was a whole lot longer than I was expecting. Real quick, last month's, I'm not going to go over these, but the changes were put in last month. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Everything looks to have did exactly what they were expecting, so good job. Cool. So if you want to know what those are, I already did an update video where it said buffs and nerfs is the most recent one that has anything in the title that says buffs and nerfs. So go to that update video. I was about a week or so late, but I figured I'd go over them anyway just because I didn't of the week. And this is kind of why, because time definitely, especially when they add so much stuff. But here we go. Generals, double Zeta. It's about time, but is this exactly what it needed? I don't know. But the power for its beam rifle has been increased by 100, and they increased the cumulative stagger ratio, and increased the power of focused fire. So when you focus, then you get more damage and better stagger, which is cool. Good for breaking maneuver armor. I don't know how much that is. They definitely have it on the JP wiki. But then the rear missiles can be followed up and at a higher range at 400 instead of 350. Reload is 3 seconds less than what it used to be, which is really awesome. 15 to 12 is amazing. And the cooldown time for using its hyper beam saber is now 2.5 seconds. And its downswing does even more damage. Its downswing is so telegraphed, it's really hard to actually kind of use because you can get countered back if you definitely mess up. And don't stagger with your initial neutral. That kind of needs that, and a little bit extra damage is nice to have. Qubeley, finally, Qubeley's nerfed. Now, is it nerfed into the ground? Well, that's yet to be seen, because a lot of the stuff still uses beams at that cost, and its main weakness is physical damage. But the biggest way it mitigated a lot of that damage and stayed alive is because its shoulders acted kind of like a shield and would give a huge amount of damage off with the level 3 shoulder buffer. The same thing that is on the High Gog. Now, does the High Gog also need this nerf? That could be argued. Please don't. I like my High Gog. But anyway, the level 3 went down to level 1, and they adjusted the accumulation stagger on its follow funnels. Now, the only thing with its follow funnels, I'm guessing it takes one more shot to actually stagger, which is a pretty big deal compared to what they were able to do. So this is going to help out raids. This is going to help out supports. So if I can actually stagger one at about the same time that it can stagger me with the MLRS, this is a big deal. I am going to decimate Qubeleys at that point. Because that was their rear stagger, and if they had to hit me in the foot with their main gun is the only way they really can get me now. Then that's going to be big, and I can't wait to bully some Qubeleys. Now, will it still be played later? It's still a great suit. The damage is still insane, but its defense now, I could probably one combo this thing with the MLRS. Well, I know I could, because if I hit it on its main body, I pretty much can one combo it. So, there we go. Now, the Qubeley Mark II did not get touched. So, yeah. But here's the stats that they're going off of. And the High Mozaku ground type. I always forget which one that is till I actually go look. But the main thing is it has the health increased by 1,000. I actually need to... It's not the... Oh my gosh, I am going to look this up real quick, because I always forget which one it is. I wonder if they did this because of the whatever battles. Let's see, what is it? Here, oh, it's the one with the... Okay, it is the one with the shoulder that I thought it was. It's the one that has the modified... The GN grenade launcher thing, and does it have a modified... The medium model Zaku machine gun. Yeah, that thing, sadly, kind of sucks. A lot. So will this help? Not at all. Like, it's kind of bad that I'm not even going to show it. So unless you are going to use it in the series battles, probably not a thing. Probably would not recommend. Does it actually have a good win rate? Wow, that's interesting. At 300? Maybe it's better than I think. Who knows? Or just the 5 people who use it are doing really good with it. But yeah, there's that. There's the stats for it. That's interesting. Gundam Mark III. It's about time it got a buff. Apparently this is Balancer, the combat continuous attack control level 1. So I didn't know this thing didn't have Balancer, and if it didn't, holy crap. With how fast it is, I don't see why not. The Mark III beam rifle, though, also got a extra shot, giving it 5 shots instead of 4, which that's a pretty big deal. Gapfly, at all levels got turn rate, which is cool, but the level 2 got some extra stuff with live ammo, ballistic resist, beam resist, and its shooting got increased by 7% damage at level 2. The beam resist and ballistic resist both went from 27 to 32 at level 2. So that's pretty nice. It definitely needs a little bit more at higher cost. But I know a couple of people that will love it and will decimate with it. Pretty sure Jonah's one of those that is, like, just wrecks with the Gapfly. And the transformed, its turning speed went up as well. And the crouch button to increase the turning speed during deceleration. Cool. So even more turning speed. That's pretty nice, actually. Raid type buffs. Maybe possibly nerfs. Gundam Pixie. Maneuver armor. Level 1 to level 2 at all levels. It needs it. Is this the thing to save the Pixie? Probably not. Level 1 got an HP increase, which means... I'm guessing everything else did too above it. Level 1 got thrusters in... Oh, maybe not, actually. Maybe this is just... Yeah, no, this is just level 1. So it got 1,000 health at level 1. I mean, it's been getting decimated. Because, 2, if you're playing like the Isaac, you just... Hey, there he is. Get him. And then, boom, he's dead. Thrusters went up, which has been needing that for days. I know Em's going to be happy about that one. And the thrusters for level 2 went up as well. The 55, which is cool. Then we have increased level 1 power of the daggers to 2,300. That's 100 damage. And also 50 extra damage at level 2 from 2310 to 2360. I mean, I'm really surprised that the higher levels actually have decent win rates. But, I mean, it's Pixie, and in random games, yeah, people can get away with stuff. And the thing is, the Isaac is really just at 400 and 450, which is where they're definitely going to get wrecked, because you're going to see a lot of Isaacs, especially at 400. That's pretty much all I've been playing, and I pretty much don't really deal with the raids anymore, because I just position around them. Unless my team's just getting decimated, they never get on me. Okay, moving on, we have the Gaplant. It definitely needed something. So the heat rate barely got reduced to anything at all. Okay, well, I would say it needs more than that. So, oops. Reduce the switching time for the double beam sabers. That's always nice. Heat rate reduced with its double beam rifle secondary from 10% to 8%. That could be pretty cool. Well, we'll see what kind of effect that has. Range 250 to 400. Okay, that's insane. That's kind of crazy. That's actually scary. Now it's more of a range shot. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, it's double beam rifle range is increased stagger accumulation. I'll have to figure out what that is tomorrow on the podcast, but that could be big. And reduced heat rate during focus firing. That's kind of cool. I can dig. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Level 1, 46.8 win rate and 46.7. Yeah. Kaplant, sorry, it kind of sucks. Its melee's cool, and I know some people who decimate with it, but yeah, it's got some weaknesses. Same with the GBO2 beam bazooka. Sadly, I can't really jump up and down about one of my favorite suits because it needs a little help. But having 4,500 range and 3,000 damage now from 2,500 and all levels started going up, man, I saw a good chunk on just GBO2 beam bazooka to GBO2 beam bazooka, which was like 6,000 damage, something like that. It was crazy for just how much damage it dealt. So that's nice. And increase the power of focus fire. So yeah, will be cool to see just how much that gets used now. But the bazooka got buffed and his melee is already gross. So let's go. Keep doing it. That is one of my suits. Now, is this enough to change the suit and what people will play? Probably not. But, you know, this is something I'm jumping up and down because I love it. Hammurabi. Here we go. Thrusters went up by 5. Cool. I don't think it really needed anything, and due to the lack of damage and poor handling. Main weapon. Okay, maybe, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it already can fly for days, so I don't think that really changes anything, to be honest. My prediction for this stat is it's not going to go anywhere. And if it does, then it's because either people just played it more and did better, or not. I don't know. Anyway, supports. We got one buff to supports. Shoes from Diaz. Got 1,000 HP at all levels. And a big deal here, heat rate reduced from 95 to 90%, not the biggest deal on this, but reduced weapon switching time for its double binder beam cannon. So it's big beam cannons. Yeah, you can swap to them faster, and the reduced rigidity time. This is a big deal. They need to fix this on a lot of suits, and suits will feel amazing. But reduced rigidity time, so you can shoot and move. That's great. This thing might be a competitor. With that, I still don't think it's going to compete with the MLRS, but it's definitely for people who like it. There you go. That's going to be a big change for their win rate at the very least. Weapon related, they keep changing the Fadine rifle. Kind of interesting. It got another power increase, which it was already kind of crazy for its damage. I mean, I played it on the Marsai. Oh wait, no. Sorry, this is the regular one. This isn't the prototype. Oh, this is Gapthly and Hammurabi. Never mind. Oh my, that's insane. For the Hammurabi, that's gross. For the Gapthly, that's also kind of gross. Wow, I think when I realized that, I think the light flickered or something. What was that? That was weird. Yeah, I'm really scared of the Hammurabi now. And with what it does, that 2 shots? I think that's 2 shots with it. And that's 1 second. So boom, boom. You're staggered. Because I think it was already, was it 2 or 3 already? That's kind of crazy. That's awesome. And you can definitely get out 3 shots now with that heat rate going down to 50%. You're just like 1, 2, and then you can swap and you're not overheated. That's pretty pog. That's really nice. And then you can get back to it and shoot it faster. I don't know if it overheated already when you did 2 shots. But yeah, that's amazing. That's a 10 out of 10 buff. That's a scary buff for the Hammurabi, but that's an amazing buff for the Gapthly. Ooh, the Gapthly is going to be... Ah, there you go. Anyway, that's it for this one. This is a rather long one. I might separate these out or something. I don't know. Actually, I don't know why I'm saying that here. But, yeah. There we go. But, anyway. Usual links would be down in the description. Let me know in the comments what you think about all these changes and all this new stuff, what do you think the series battle will change? How it'll feel? Are you happy about it? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Let me know in the comments down below. Any of that stuff. Again, usual links, Twitch, Twitter, Discord in the description. But anyway, guys, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Oh, and happy Thanksgiving. Peace!